I have a feeling this is the last verse here. Or last chorus, I should say.
Yeah! Preston, you think you could try the drums?
I could definitely try the drums.
Can Preston try the drum?
Can I play your drums?
Yes.
I won't have the mic.
All right. We've got the what do you call it? The wireless over there.
Is there a band leader in the group technically?
Oh, yes.
The saxophonist.
What's your name?
Hi, I'm Luke.
Luke.
Where are you from, Luke?
State College,
And
Pennsylvania.
how long you been playing the saxophone?
13 years?
Wow.
Luke, I have something to tell you. I'm your father.
Oh, I hear that a lot.
No. And who's in the band with you?
I have Evan Baxter on the trumpet. We
Hey.
have Elijah Bradley on the drums.
Excellent.
And Brian Veneman on tuba.
Right. He's the one who has the hernia.
Hey, so are you guys all college students by any chance?
Me and Elijah just graduated.
Congrats.
And Evan Baxter and Brian are they're still in school. And we
Still in
all
school.
We all go to Penn State.
Oh,
All right. Excellent. You guys are terrific.
So can we play just a little bit of the song on drums? Yeah, I'll just jump. What was next on your list? What do you want to play?
Inagata Davida.
With the solo. Okay. What song is it? Hershey Park Happy.
Oh.
Hershey Park Happy. I'll sing, too.
All right, do it.
Yeah. All right, okay.
One lesson. Nice work, Preston.
I wonder what it's like
That was
for
terrific.
like the drummer to look at Preston playing on his.
Well, I guess I'm out of a game.
It's like finding someone with your wife.
Yeah, and they're doing a better job than you.
No,
Yeah.
dude, he's great as well. That's terrific. You guys, listen. You look very up and ebullient on a very hot day, walking around and making the music for people. You're good people for doing that.
Thank you, guys. Great job. Appreciate it. Thanks for letting me sit in, Elijah. That was fun. I'm sure he's a way better drummer than I am, man. Young and tall and good-looking.
And
got all that going on. Look at
his
that.
whole life ahead of him.
Listening in the sun.
Has never said could go.
Look at that.
You
Wow.
never said could go.
Not once.
Not once did he say could go. Oh, my gosh.
Put that on your resume, kid.
I love that we are here. This is so much fun. All right, so do you want to try the interpretive dance contest? He doesn't want to do this. He really doesn't want to do it.
Do you want to try movie clip? I mean, I know it's there.
Here's what we were going to do. Here's what we were going to do.
I think this would work, Preston. I mean, the dance.
Casey was going to do a dance that is an interpretation of one of the Hershey products. Marissa made this board over here.
And it's
everything.
beautiful.
So let's do that, okay?
She knitted that herself.
So I'm going to describe for our radio listening audience, and of course, Neumann University has the video that you can watch as we're streaming on YouTube. And Casey's going to do a dance that is an interpretation of one of these fine Hershey products. And if you can identify what he's doing, then we have a prize bag that we're giving away, right? Okay. So who would like to try to interpret what Casey is doing dance-wise? Just raise your hand, and we'll bring you over. Okay, come on over.
Oh, Jesus.
We're running out of people. people because all the rides open up. You'll be next, all right, buddy?
All right.
Yeah, all right. What is your name, Miss Jersey Shore?
Michelle.
Michelle's wearing a shirt that says Jersey Shore State of Mind. Are you from New Jersey?
Originally, yeah, but now I live in Delaware.
All right, excellent. Well, all right, so this young man, what is his name, by the way? Caden? All right, Caden is holding up a sign that has the various Hershey products on. Casey's going to do a dance, and you have to pick one of those that you think he is interpreting via his body movements. I think you'll get it. I think you'll figure it out.
Yeah, we only got a couple of these. By the way, I'm already sweating. This is going to make me sweat so much more.
Okay.
Yeah, man, it's going to look hot.
It's so hot.
Take your shirt off.
I will give you $5 if you take your shirt off. He's going to do it. Oh, my God. All right, I'll give you $5.
Here we go.
There it is.
They probably kick you out of the park for doing something like that, but...
All right, so take your
Well,
shorts.
take your shorts. But there is a water park. All right, anyway, I'll give you $5 in a little bit.
All right, I'll give you $10 if you put your shorts back on.
All right, Casey's first dance. Like I said, for the listening audience, I will do my best to describe it, and then we will ask you what you think it is. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, Case, good go. All right, here's our first dance. Oh, and we got music. I love it. All right, he is waving his arms back and forth in a twisting, winding motion in front of him. What do you think that dance that he is doing? What?
I'm going to go with Twizzlers.
And you are right. You see?
All right.
All right, we're going to give you a prize bag. Hang close. We'll get it in a moment. We can do that at the end if you want, Maris. Or we can have somebody else hand them off. All right. Caden, nice job holding the sign. You're doing great.
Caden's
All right,
great.
kid in the blue, come over here. Because he raised his hand first, and I want to make sure that he gets a chance to see how this works and maybe get a chance to win something. All right, what's your name, young man?
Beckett,
Beckett. What a great name.
That is a great name.
And where are you from, Beckett? What?
Medford.
Medford, New Jersey. All right, and have you been to Hershey Park before?
Yes.
All right, what's your favorite ride here? Do you know?
I forgot the name, but it was a water ride.
It was
A water ride.
Okay, are you going to do the water park today?
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, Beckett. Casey's going to dance, and it's going to be one of those Hershey products. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go, Case. Case is starting his dance. All right, his arms are rotating, rolling.
Rolo?
A Rolo is correct, yes.
Sing Beckett, you're a natural.
Nice, Beckett. We're going to give you a prize bag over there. Casey was doing the, I don't know, what do you call that motion? What do you think that is?
I don't even... The Rolo?
His fists,
Rolo. The
his
Rolo?
fists are going over top
Let
one
me
another.
suggest something.
Over
When
and over.
Beckett grows up, you need to go to CSI Candy Division.
Yeah,
because I
'cause-
think you can use it at the crime scene.
Absolutely. All right, next contestant, Hershey's Interpretive Dance. What is your name?
You guys giving any Hershey Park tickets away?
What's your name?
Joe.
All right, Joe. Nice to see you, bud. All right, yeah, for years, people would call in asking if we were giving away Hershey Park tickets, even when we hadn't been coming to Hershey Park for a few years. That's how much they love this place.
Yes.
All right, interpretive dance time.
All right, so this one I actually did for you yesterday, Preston. So this is going to be, I think this one is difficult.
Okay.
You got to put your thinking hat on. Okay.
All right.
He's actually wearing a hat, and it just might be his thinking hat.
All right, start the music, and here we go. Casey's next dance. He's kind of, this is a tough one.
Yeah.
He's moving his shoulders up and down, and his head is going left and right. I will tell you it has to do with an animated character from back in the day. And it's a dance that sometimes you'll see in GIFs, or GIFs if you call it that.
Or hiffs.
So what do you think that dance was that he was doing?
Oh,
If you had to pick one of them.
let's go with York Peppermint Patty.
Yes!
From the Charlie Brown.
It was in the Peanuts show, or in the specials that they would air. They would sometimes have a segment when they were dancing, and it was the kids were all doing the same move over and over and over. That wasn't the one that Peppermint Patty was actually doing.
No, not the Dirty Pigpen isn't the one. Is it Pigpen that does that one?
I don't
But
remember.
Peppermint Patty is part of that crew. So thank you, Joe, for getting that, especially because your wife was the only person who didn't win the contest earlier this morning.
Oh!
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
There you go.
All right, Casey, how many more dances do you have?
I got, I think, at least 2 more.
All right, Hershey's Interpretive Dance. And our next contestant, what is your name?
Zoe.
And Zoe.
Another great name.
Where are you from, Zoe?
I'm from Richmond, Virginia.
Richmond, Virginia.
Yes, the whole family came in from Richmond, Virginia, Preston.
You're wearing a Reading Phillies jersey. What's that all about?
My parents are from New Jersey.
Okay, they're from New Jersey originally, but you guys now live in Virginia. And wow, and you came all the way. Have you been to Hershey Park before?
No.
All right.
There you go.
Are you a roller coaster fan?
No.
Okay.
Then it's going to be wonderful.
Yeah. What are you going to do today? What do you want to ride? Or are you going to do the water park?
Or are you going to eat some chocolate?
You know what's fun to do? Read a good book.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for the dance?
Yeah.
All right, let's try this out. Casey's going to dance. I'll tell you what he's...
Easy.
All right. So he's blowing. He's...
Kisses.
Yes! He's touching his lips and sending it out, blowing kisses, and she got it right. And we only have one more. And I think this is Zoe's dad that's coming over here.
Yes,
As he
Mr.
was-
Zoe.
Hi, what's your name?
Jason.
Hi, Mr. Zoe Jason. Nice to meet you. How many kids do you guys have, by the way? You have two of them. You brought them both with you today?
Yes, I did.
Excellent. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us.
All right, you're the last one to give it a shot here. It's an interpretive dance. It's going to be one of these products. It's a, Reese's Peanut Butter Cup or Mounds or Kit Kat or who knows which one. He's Jolly Ranchers. Casey's going to dance. Let's see if you can identify, and I'll do my best to describe. Here we go. He is licking his paw, and he is rubbing his ear.
What would...
Kit Kat.
Kit Kat!
Well done.
Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. All right, nice job, bud. Appreciate it. Case, thanks for doing that.
Does our sign holder get something?
I felt stupid.
You looked
That
good.
hell?
You were great. It was to me. It was very Twyla Tharp. It was very avant-garde.
That's two Twyla Tharp references in 1 week.
Did we? Wow.
That's
'Cause
crazy.
we talked about the Billy Joel musical.
That's right.
She's a part of that.
Which is choreographed by Twyla Tharp, or inspired by Twyla.
Nick and I have talked about this off air on many occasions where when you present something on air and you're not sure if it's going to go well or you don't feel like it's going well, you start to sweat.
Uh-huh.
And so...
Especially when it comes from us.
Uh-huh.
Like if
Yeah.
it's a Preston or Steve idea, we'll skate by.
Yeah, that's fine. But when it's you and you're dying on the stage
Casey?
in front of
Casey?
everybody...
A little while ago, I saw a man tell a little girl
Yeah.
that she has to sell it.
Yeah.
To put her heart behind.
That's right.
that man was
That's right.
Casey.
That guy should listen to his own advice.
Exactly.
You're damn right.
So the last one you did was Kit Kat, and
Yeah.
earlier this morning when I was looking for a stupid question, I ended up going with one about Milton Hershey's wife, Catherine. So her nickname was Kitty.
Yes.
And I thought maybe
Oh.
that might have been the inspiration for the name of the Kit Kat bars. It is not. And so I decided to look up Kit Kats, and that's how I found out it was not. But what I was surprised by was, do you guys have any idea what year that Kit Kats were produced and when they were sold?
Introduced? Okay,
Yeah.
so
If you were to take a
the fact
guess.
that you're saying that, I'm going to go for much earlier than we would have assumed. I'm going to go with 1511.
Not 1511.
See, I'm going to go the opposite because I feel like...
You think it's a more recent
You
confection?
would think that it's been around for a while, but I've known about Kit Kats for my whole life. So I'm going to say 1975.
All right, let me amend that then. I'm going to go 1976.
Oh, you best.
Nick, what do you think?
1922.
Okay, so the original four-fingered version of the bar was launched in September of 1935.
Wow.
Nick, you win the showcase.
All right.
I had no idea. Yeah, Nick McElroy.
Yes, Nick, you win in a Man Radar Range and a Skidoo.
You know, I'd be thrilled if my prize was a Kit Kat. I freaking love Kit Kats. They're a damn good bar.
Thank you.
He won the whole showcase. No, I found it was very interesting. It was 1935, and the commercials didn't start happening until 1955, and that's when the slogan was kind of like the one that we know. It was called "Have a Break, Have a Kit Kat."
Yes, I remember that.
But since 1986, the jingle was "Give me a break, break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar." So that didn't start till the mid 80s.
So I started purchasing them around 1928.
Yeah.
That's when I remember that. I will say this, Preston, and you know this is a fact that you will learn quickly when you come out to the area. Milton Hershey's first foray into candy was not chocolate. It was, Preston,
caramel.
Yeah.
Yes, he sold caramels, and I think that business went under, and I think it was inspired by the dairy farmers out
Yes.
here creating milk chocolate, and then it was wild because they needed the land for the cattle, and there were stones all over the place in these fields. So he had workers remove all the stones, and so they had all this leftover stone. and he decided to use that to build the housing for the people to live in.
Whoa.
And yeah, it was this whole thing that snowballed. This dude was
Very much an innovator. For a
Yeah,
brief period, he
innovator.
actually attempted to manufacture cows.
Wow.
And that did not go well.
Yeah.
They're making a movie about him, right? Richard Kind is going to be in it, and this is a big Hollywood production.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I'll look up the details. I would look them up now, except on the other side of the board where I was sitting, it's 1,000 degrees warmer than where I'm sitting.
Yeah, I know it well.
Yeah, I know. A listener texted in earlier this morning, Preston, and asked what was Hershey called before Milton Hershey founded the town. Do you know the answer to that?
no.
It was Derry Township. It was an unincorporated town. I had to look it up. I had no idea.
So dairy is in dairy farming, right?
No, Derry,
R-
D-E-R-R-Y.
Oh, okay.
Oh, like Stephen King.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
probably.
yeah.
And England, I think there's a town called Derry over there. But it was an unincorporated township, and when Milton Hershey founded the town, obviously it was named after him.
It's an amazing thing.
It
It
is.
really is.
Wow. Well, it's definitely a place to experience. If you haven't been here, we highly suggest that you come by for a visit.
I just, you were talking about Kit Kats earlier, and I just wanted to say that I am still, to this day, incapable of eating the Kit Kat bar like a savage. I have to break it and eat it one at a time. I don't, yeah.
Yeah, we got a guy over here acknowledging full.
No, I agree with that.
Have you ever seen
The Kit
somebody
Kat-
bite into it?
Yes, I saw one guy.
No.
Saw one guy do
Yeah,
that?
John Wayne Gacy.
Oh, my God.
You draw your own conclusion.
all right.
You draw your own conclusion.
Wow.
No, the Kit Kat.
That's terrifying.
I love the friggin' Kit Kat bar. The problem with the Kit Kat bar is that if you have the little Halloween bite size,
Yes.
you do math in your brain. You say, well, what equals an actual full Kit Kat? And I'm usually off by 50 or 60.
About 8 of them, I think.
You just inhale those suckers.
All right, we're going to go back to the movie real quick. The Milton Hershey biopic is being produced. It's being directed by the guy that did Mean Girls, Mark Waters, starring Richard Kind as one of the actors in it. I don't think he's playing Milton Hershey.
No, Vin Diesel is.
No. It's a guy
No,
named,
caramel.
a guy named Finn Whitrock. I've never heard of that.
Finn Whitrock.
He was in American Horror Story, but it also stars as Kitty Hershey, Preston, Alexandra Daddario.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
The goddess.
Alan Ruck from Succession and Ferris Bueller's Day Off. He's going to play Milton's father, named Henry. I'm trying to see if there's any. David Constable.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Breaking Bad. He's one of the actors in it. Anyway, so yeah, they're in the midst of making this movie right now.
Okay. Maybe one of the after credits will be Casey doing his interpretive dances of
I
the
think so, like
the
a
various products.
go-go girl.
Yeah.
What I would say is this: certainly, when they have the premiere, I'm sure they'll do one here.
Yeah.
I think we need to be back here.
I think we need to be back here for that. Absolutely. Well, today is fun. We're still having a good time. The crew. There's a handful of people that are hanging out because everybody headed once they hit the park, and I don't blame you.
No.
Get out of here and go enjoy it.
By the way, if you're smelling bacon, that is my taint in the sun.
That was a Richard Wright play, right?
Yes, right.
Yeah.
I remember my taint in the sun.
All right. Well, why don't we take a break?
All
We'll
right.
come back in a second. We got the Bizarre File on the way. We're live at Hershey Park for a broadcast, first time since 2018, and we're very happy to be back. Coming back in a moment on MMR. Stay with us. Awesome. Thank you, Marissa. Something I definitely want to mention that's happening today, and the only reason that Casey and I are not hosting this event is because we're here at Hershey Park today, but I'm sure we'll be back doing it next year. But today is Wawa Hoagie Day.
Yes.
It's part of the Wawa Welcome America celebration, and this is taking place on Independence Mall right by the National Constitution Center. And I want to give a big plug for those who can't make it to Hershey. Go to this event. It's absolutely free. In fact, not only are the Wawa Hoagies free today, but admission to the National Constitution Center is free today as well. Yep.
And if you've never been, it's definitely worth checking out.
Yep, and it's a salute to our local and national heroes as well. So they're going to serve 25,000 shorty hoagies. In total, it weighs 7 tons. Wow. The first 10,000 are being donated to Phil Abundance, the Veterans Multi-Service Center, and Police Athletic Lead Centers. And then the remaining 15,000 hoagies are going to be served free at noon in front of the National Constitution Center. And you can just stop by and get in line and get those. They're also going to have, this is what Casey and I usually host, is the hoagie building competition, which is so much fun.
It's a brawl.
Yeah, and it's a doubleheader. So it's members of the Philadelphia Police Department against members of the Philadelphia Fire Department, and then they have the military represented. So this year it's the PA Army National Guard and Navy Talent Acquisition Group taking on members of the PA Air National Guard's 111th Attack Wing. So that will be happening shortly before noon, and maybe that happens right after noon. Anyhow, after they serve up the hoagies. And then they have live music. The Six String Soldiers, which is a 5-member country music group, is going to be performing too. So it's definitely worth your time to go down to Independence Mall today.
Absolutely.
Grab some free food. Just follow the crowd. You'll see everybody there. It always draws really, really well. So
I think one year I'd like them to do one of those hoagies and feed it to a kaiju.
Oh,
that'd be cool.
Sure, yeah. So Anuya Lachelle from NBC 10 is going to be filling in for us this year, Case, but we'll be back next year.
I'm going to miss it.
I know, but we're here.
Yeah, we are here.
And speaking of food, man, you should see the stuff that they brought over for us. Our friends from Hershey Park brought over these incredible creations. I'm looking at the Twisted Strawberry King Size Shake. These things are insane looking. It's a vanilla milkshake with strawberry sauce, whipped cream, Twizzler cookie crumbles, vanilla icing, pretzels, white chocolate dip, Twizzlers, and a Twizzler mousse pop on top of it. I've never seen anything quite like that.
I'm donating. One was handed to me. I'd like this young man here to have.
You're gonna do.
That's yours, dude. You want it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He walked over. It's a big luscious shake dessert.
You want this one, bud?
Is that Andrew? Andrew, do you want this?
Do you want this?
Come on.
He's like,
There
oh my
you go.
God.
It's the size of Andrew.
Yes. The guy-
Andrew, how old are you? He's 5. Yeah. This thing is half the size of him. That's amazing. Oh, look at how happy that kid is. Look at that smile.
Just real quick, good luck to Andrew's parents for the rest of the day.
Yeah. They also brought over what is all this stuff? The strawberry cheesecake donut, strawberry French toast burger. Oh, the Twisted Gravity Dog. Is that it, Case?
Yeah, I saw that. I want that.
Whoa. Is that like a chili dog?
I'm going to suck on it like it is.
All right, so hot dog on a brioche bun with strawberry rosemary jam, feta cheese, and bacon brittle. I'll take one of those too, bud.
Wow.
You read the ingredients and it's like, yes, I will have that.
Yep, I will have that. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Oh, my God. It's a foot long, by the way.
Do you know who's showing a
1 foot long?
massive reserve is one Nick McElwain, who is the great white of the show.
Well, Steve, it's because of mine up that chicken sandwich.
There you go. All right.
So that's the crispy chicken sandwich with Twizzlers hot honey sauce, Nick. Hand-breaded chicken, Twizzlers hot honey sauce, lettuce, tomato on a brioche roll.
Wow, man.
And then they have the Twisted Twizzler mocktails as well. Strawberry puree, lime juice, simple syrup, starry soda, and garnished with a Twizzler as well.
Did you say mock?
Mock. Yep, that's it. So they've got everything that you want and more. They also have the strawberry French toast burger, which looks like that's what that is over there. So, and that's beef patty on Texas toast bun with strawberry rosemary jam, brown sugar bacon, cream cheese, and maple syrup. Wow. Where? By the way, Taylor, if you could come over to the microphone here, which restaurant, or Amanda, we'll get Amanda on. Where do you get these from these foods?
We have them all over. So the mocktail and the chicken sandwich are at the Chocolatier, which is in the building that we're right next to right here. So it's a full-service restaurant. It's open daily, so you can come in for lunch or dinner. Reservations are strongly encouraged, but you can also walk up the patio that overlooks Chocolate Town and it's first come, first serve. So you can grab a mocktail or, as Quinn had said earlier, a cocktail and enjoy this chicken sandwich. Our award-winning king-size shakes are from Simply Chocolate, which is actually the rest of the food is from inside the park. Our burger is from East Coast Burger Works. They're also doing a burger of the month. So our shout out to our F&B team because they take things to the next level here. They are incredibly talented. It's never basic in Hershey, which, of course, when you're coming to Hershey Park, you want the deliciousness of chocolate and Twizzlers
and listen,
infused in everything.
If you're going to go do it, you do it like this.
That's
right?
their motto,
Yeah,
yes.
that's absolutely right. No, I love it. This is great stuff.
So it's F&B is food and beverage, but what
Food
I
and
heard
beverage,
was
yes.
the F&B team.
I mean,
Those
you
bastards.
didn't hear from me, but they would probably like
That's
that.
my head, not yours, man.
Give it up to the F&B team, man. Woo.
And our
must be
creator,
upset.
so our director of FNB,
Right.
Olivia, shout out to her. She created the king size shake almost 10 years ago now, and her nickname is a milkshake maven. So they do have some, I mean, they would like that
That's
saying.
Wow, and then they're bringing over another thing. That's the twisted flights of a tower fries. Vanilla soft serve ice cream with Twizzlers cookie crumbles on top, cherry cone dip Twizzlers, and fresh cut fries. So you dip your fries in the ice cream.
That's
Marissa's
insane.
doing it as we speak.
Or the Twizzler in the ice cream.
I love it. All right, thank you, Amanda. Appreciate that.
welcome.
Nice.
All right, with all that, yes, with all that, I'm hungry, so let's do the bizarre file and then I can eat. So here we go. Go ahead.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors, celebrating 100 years. Right now, save $250 off windows, $700 off doors, and 0% APR for 48 months. So a suspect dressed in a Scooby-Doo suit broke into a quick stop in Alabama early Sunday morning. Has anyone heard from Bill Weston?
I know, yeah.
He has a Scooby-Doo outfit.
Yes, he does.
Officers responded to the scene after the store's
He does.
security alarm was triggered at
Armed robbery.
3:45 a.m. The burglar made off with cash and coins but left snacks untouched.
I need to stop talking and listen to me.
The suspect is described as a white male, approximately 5 feet 9 inches tall.
With a voracious love of Scooby treats.
And authorities are urging anyone with information to call them. All right, a world-famous lion whisperer is now fighting for his life after he was savagely mauled by a lion that he spared last year when it killed his colleague.
Help, stop attacking me.
The animal brutally attacked Oleg Zubkov, inflicting serious head, neck, and lung wounds, and is now in critical condition in the hospital.
And that's like a Siegfried and Roy thing.
He was left inside the enclosure during feeding time at Tagan Safari Park, which he founded in Russian-occupied Crimea.
They said that people around the enclosure could hear his whispers of help.
A witness said there was a terrible panic. The lion dragged the man by the neck like a toy and pulled him under a viewing platform, which is on a bridge over the enclosure. A park employee, Tatiana Alexagina, risked her own life by driving up close to the enclosure with a buggy and throwing a bucket at the lion, which released the man from its jaws. She said, we shouted for her to come back, and she threw the bucket at the animal, which freed the man before she ran away, according to a witness.
I employed the old bucket at the lion trick.
A park visitor climbed down a pipe into the enclosure to help rescue the man. And she said our companion, Alexi, jumped into the enclosure, but realized that she could not pull him away on her own.
Oh, man.
He dragged him to the buggy, laid him down, and climbed back out of danger. So this dude is fighting for his life. And the tamer is famous for walking fearlessly among lions, with people traveling from around the globe to witness him as he does it. And apparently this is the same one that killed a member of the staff like a year ago, and they refused to destroy. This guy, who is now in the hospital, refused to destroy that lion, and this is the one that attacked him. So
if you're talking about that, the lion's just lioning.
Yeah, exactly. Lion's gonna lion.
Yeah, and so it's horrible. Though.
I'm surprised that they didn't euthanize it. And I know that this guy was an advocate for that, but it's almost like
Kill it!
yeah.
Kill it now.
No, they're this noble beast. Kill it!
Yep. All right, here's another story, lighter story. Plainview, Old Bethpage, John F. Kennedy High School on Long Island will see double everywhere graduation. Out of roughly 500 seniors, 15 sets of fraternal twins are picking up diplomas side by side.
Wow.
Many have been buddies since kindergarten, thanks to a local twins club that kept their families close. Some siblings will head to the same college, but most plan to split up for a bit of independence while staying in touch through group chats and visits. The school isn't new to big twin turnouts, and next fall's freshmen already include 9 more sets. Students joke that there must be something in the water, though doctors point to IVF and genetics. Whatever the
And
reason,
radiation.
the group says growing up in pairs made classes, sports, and even family trips more fun, and the double vision will stick long after the caps.
So I have twin nephews. They are fraternal twins, and I have to remind myself that quite often that they are actually twins and not just brothers.
Right.
Do they
Because
look a lot alike?
they don't look alike at all. I mean,
So
one's got
are-
light hair, the other's got dark hair, one's got blue eyes, the other got brown eyes. Yeah.
Grace, who works on our show, has a twin that does not look like her, apparently.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, one last story. A group of First Nations children played a traditional song with drums on Sunday at Metro Vancouver's Grouse Mountain, and it ended up catching the attention of curious grizzly bears in the process. 6 children from the Squamish Nation were on a trip to the popular
What the
grouse
hell is that? It sounds like the theme to Rambo.
mountain resort, which included a grizzly bear wilderness sanctuary. And while there, the children played a tune called the Grizzly Bear Song, which comes from one of the nation's hereditary chiefs, Ian Campbell. And in a moment that was caught on video, bears came out of the bush and up to the sanctuary fence to curiously examine the 6 drummers whose traditional song describes their connection and nature into the bear themselves. So
Stop that.
they hate it.
Yeah.
They came over because they hate it.
I'm trying to sleep.
But it was wild that it's called the Grizzly Bear Song, and they actually came out and approached them while they were playing it. All right, and there you go. That's what I have in the bizarre file. I am sweating my ass off right now. I am dripping in sweat as we
You can't even tell.
No, not at all, right?
Oh, you look like a fresh daisy.
All right, what were you going to say, Case?
No, because with the playing the music for the Bears, we talked about this on the air maybe last week or 2 weeks ago about how cows apparently love jazz music.
Yes.
And so you're driving past cow pastures on the way here. I think if I can, on the way home, I'm going to pull my car over and play Green Onions, and just to see if they come over. I have to see it. I have to see it for my own eyes.
supposedly love EDM. So, yeah.
Okay.
Get some video of that if you can.
I will.
All right. All right. Well, we are going to take a quick break because we have a little bit more business to take care of here at Hershey Park. So we'll return in a moment. We'll do lesson question, trash and music news, but we're having a great time. And it's just the start of the day, by the way. The park is now officially open. We'll come back in a few from Hershey on 93.3 WMMR. Stay with us.
Oh, thank you. Preston and Steve on 93.
This is 93.3 WMMR, live from Hershey Park. This summer, go all in on epic thrills. Now, here's Preston and Steve.
Yeah, we are back again, Hershey Park, as we are nearing the end of the library. Thank you, dude.
That guy.
That guy.
I like that guy.
Everybody else but that guy went to go ride rides. What's your name, guy? Skippy. Thank you, brother. All right, so the park is wide open, and people, as we can see, are continuing to file into Hershey Park. We are right across from Candemonium, which is one of the newer coasters, at least to us. It was actually built in 2020. We rode it earlier this morning. We got to ride the first ride of the day, and it was absolutely incredible. A lot of zero-G, awesome hilltops. But now everything's opening up. It's after 10, so every ride in the park is open.
And continues on through. Preston, you mentioned, what is the deal again if you get tickets the evening before?
Yeah, so if you let's say you buy tickets for tomorrow, for Friday, you could come here today during the last 2 hours of the operation on Thursday and access the park. And Amanda was saying earlier, or Quinn maybe it was we were talking to, says that's a good opportunity, especially if you've never been here, to kind of scope the park, get an idea of what rides you want to ride. Or I have found, even like on a Friday night, when we were coming in for a Saturday, and I would come here in the 2 hours before the park would close on Friday, the lines were already short. People were starting to head home.
It's a great idea.
And you can ride all you want, and then you have the whole next day. So you can come in and maybe the night before get on some of the coasters that you know are going to be jammed the next day. The next day do the water park and all that stuff. And then you can hit some other rides later on. So it's a really cool thing, and that's why we like to stay at the Hershey Lodge and make a couple of days out of it. That's what's great about this particular part, this particular town, the whole Hershey chocolate world and everything that you can access. There's more than just Hershey Park, which is really cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we've been having a great time today. We are going to, should I do this announcement first, Casey, or should I do this with music news?
You can do it music
All right, it's kind of music newsy. So, all right, we'll do the lesson question first and foremost, and we are going to give away as a prize a pair of tickets and a suite to join our very own Brent Porsche for the Auto Trade Air Echo Park Automotive 400 NASCAR Cup Series race. It's going to be Sunday, July 20th at Dover Motor Speedway. And the question that I'm going to pose to you this morning is, finish this phrase. On your mark, get set, and then you give us the rest, all right?
Dude, I can't believe I forgot for a second.
So, let's see if you know the answer. Finish this phrase. On your mark, get set. All right, 610-660-9333 is the number. So call on the phone line now if you know the answer to that. 610-660-9333. While you're doing that, we will get the trash underway. Here we go.
The trash business is a gold mine. 93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
All right, it is brought to you by Wawa. Wawa Hoagie Day is happening today. Join the fun on Arch Street at noon. Free hoagies, live music, free admission to the National Constitution Center as well. Steve, what's going on this morning?
Well, Preston, Courtney Thorne-Smith has filed for divorce from her husband nearly 4 years after they separated. Said Courtney, quote, "We needed to take the time to once again learn how to hate each other." Hey! Paris Hilton just purchased Mark Wahlberg's former estate in Beverly Hills for $63 million. Hilton says despite the address, it's actually an unassuming home with just enough indoor room for a chariot track.
Oh, my God.
And finally, 37-year-old John Jones, who's considered one of the greatest martial arts fighters of all time, has confirmed his retirement to Dana White. Jones told White that after years of getting punched in the head, he wants to walk away now while he can still...
Dude. Are you serious?
I was wondering why he was ducking. He was being challenged by another fighter for a number of months now, and so this is what was going on.
Yeah, okay. Apparently. I mean, you cannot have that occupation and not... It's going to wear and tear you quickly.
There's a shelf life. Yeah, for sure to that. All right, let's see. We are going to try to get a winner on the phones, and we need you to finish this phrase. On your mark, get set, and then you have to give me the rest. So I'm going to go to a caller here, and we have Jennifer that we're going to check in with. Jennifer, good morning. Can you hear me?
I can, and it's actually Holy Schmidt Racing on the line.
Oh, hey, how you doing? I know her. Her son does like go-kart racing.
Oh,
yeah.
Fantastic. All right, well, let's see if you can get the win here on this one, Jennifer. On your mark, get set.
Go.
Yes! Let's go.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, Jen, hang on the line. And it's great that you're in racing because we're going to give you a pair of tickets in the suite to join our very own Brent Porsche for the Auto Trader Echo Park Automotive 400 NASCAR Cup Series race. Sunday, July 20th, the Dover Motor Speedway. NASCAR returns to Dover Motor Speedway. July 18th to the 20th, you can see NASCAR's best drivers race at speeds up to 200 miles per hour and enjoy an amazing fan zone and much more. You can get tickets at DoverMotorspeedway.com. Let's do music news, please.
Now, Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
All right, brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors, celebrating 100 years. Right now, you can save $250 off windows, $700 off doors, and 0% APR for 48 months. All right, I'm going to start this off with an announcement.
Whoa!
And yeah, it's a concert per se. You know, music will be involved in some way, shape, or form, but it's a comedy show with some music. So MMR rocks Friday, September 19th at the Wells Fargo Center. Adam Sandler.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's called You're My Best Friend Tour. Tickets will go on sale this Friday at noon via Ticketmaster. You can check out the concert calendar at WMMR.com for pre-sale, password, and all the information as well. I think we'll have some tickets tomorrow to give away for that. So make sure that you listen for your chance to be a GOO winner. And get tickets. So it's Friday, September 19th, Wells Fargo Center.
Let's see if we can get him. I mean, we've gotten closer to his inner circle. We've actually had him on before, but I think now it'd be terrific. And a complete side note, President, the carousel jam with people writing is just so glorious here to the side.
It's a beautiful thing. All right, Wolfgang Van Halen was set to perform at Black Sabbath's big send-off concert in Birmingham on July 5th. That's Birmingham, England. It's not Sweden.
Alabama.
Well, that's what I was trying to say. England and Alabama kept wanting to come out.
Yeah.
All right. He has now announced that he had to back out of the gig.
What?
He'll be with his band Mammoth opening for Creed, and that tour starts the day after, so he couldn't swing both. He's bummed out to miss, but plans to watch the show instead. The concert, of course, will be the final performance of Black Sabbath's original lineup and will also feature big names like Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Tool, and a bunch more.
Do you know the thing is he's still, I mean, he obviously has the pedigree, but he's still building his own career, you know? So he's got to do the leg, and he seems incredibly eager and grateful for that opportunity.
It's funny because they're opening for Creed, and in my mind, Creed should open for them.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree. All right, this guy is a knight. He's a rock legend, and Rod Stewart actually had to beg for more stage time as Sir Rod was putting together his set list for the appearance at Glastonbury this weekend. He found that he needed 15 more minutes in order to put on the show that he felt the fans wanted and the event required, only to be told no. He was given 75 minutes to perform his headlining set, and the festival balked at giving him more time, though they eventually did see the benefit of having one of the all-time greats perform a few more minutes.
How about you give me more time or I'll kill you?
Talking to the BBC, Rod said, usually I do well over 2 hours, so there's still a load of songs that we won't be able to do, but we've been working at it, and I'm not going to make any announcements between songs. I'll do one number and shout next and go straight into the next one.
When you go to see an artist, if you go see Rod Stewart, there's some songs you have to hear.
Yeah.
You'll freak out.
Yeah, for sure.
I saw him in Alabama, Sweden. No, I saw him. But
Alabama, Sweden.
I would like to see him do the American Songbook.
It would be fun, right?
I heard that is awesome.
Yeah. Rod takes the stage Sunday night as to what fans can expect. He said it'll be glamorous, it'll be sexy. We've got a little orchestra coming on to play with us, and we may have some bagpipes as well. The Rolling Stones have new music out, but if you're from Louisiana or have spent time there for Mardi Gras, you may already be familiar with the tune. The Stones...
Is that Louisiana, Finland?
...recorded a classic Zydeco track for a new tribute album to the king of Zydeco, Clifton Chenier.
Huh.
Or Chenier, or Chenier. I'm not sure. It's got to be French. The track, which is called Zydeco Sans Passerelles, is part of the soundtrack to New Orleans, and the album Tribute to the King of Zydeco comes out on Friday. What would have been the man's 100th birthday, and features contributions from Lucinda Williams, Jimmy Vaughn, Steve Earle, and many more.
At its basic level, could you listen to a lot of Zydeco?
Not a lot. In the right environment, yes.
So here's the question. reggae you could though, right?
Yeah.
But I think Zydeco is every bit, an engaging type of music. It's similar, but I don't think I could listen to Zydeco as much as I could listen to reggae.
It's like listening to an hour of didgeridoo, There's only so much variety you can have when you're listening to something like that.
Yep. All right, tonight through this in music news.
This is from an hour of didgeridoo live at Red Rock.
Oh,
you like didgeridoo?
Turn it off.
You're going to get it.
Real quick, Preston. We did a road trip with my grandfather in 1997 or 98. We drove from Philadelphia to Cleveland, and we were going to go see a Cleveland Indians game, now the Cleveland Guardians. He had, I'm not kidding, a greatest hits of the didgeridoo CD, and he had one of those CD players that was in his trunk. So the whole time that played, and my brothers and I were like, "How is this more than 15 minutes of that? That was the greatest hit."
What was he, an interrogator?
I think he went to Australia, and he picked it up and he brought it back home, and he thought maybe me and my brothers would like it.
I want to say that you're making that up.
I'm not.
But I believe that you're not making that up.
We played this at Quantico all the time.
Hey, listen, man, we did a contest years ago. I believe it was with Weezer, the Hootenanny, where people could audition to join them on stage playing any instrument they wanted. And there was a guy,
I remember,
the didgeridoo,
and he was good,
and it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was not this, It was actually, he used it as basically a percussive instrument.
Right.
Fun fact, the original song was titled Stairway to Didgeridoo.
Wow. I actually have a didgeridoo at home. I haven't played it in God knows how long. No,
it's not easy.
Other than going, no, your lips vibrate really hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to do. All right, anyhow, one last story. Cassell's Music, a longtime San Fernando fixture and a filming location for Wayne's World, is shutting down its doors after nearly 80 years. Owner Ed Intagliata, now 71 years old, is retiring, leaving behind decades spent helping budding musicians. Founded in 1948, Cassell's played a role in the local music scene, and even they sold Richie Valens his first guitar in 1958.
That's pretty amazing.
And he said, I still have the receipt from that sale. The family took over the store in 1978, and each sibling helped out teaching lessons, repairing instruments, or handling marketing. Intagliata himself joined fresh out of Cal State Fullerton, taking the shop through economic ups and downs for nearly 50 years. And then the store became internationally known after it appeared in Wayne's World, with tourists stopping by to see the famous white Fender Stratocaster from the film, signed by Mike Myers and Dana Carvey. And posters referencing the iconic "No Stairway to Heaven" joke line are still on the walls.
And you remember, he actually did play Stairway to Heaven, and then when the movie was on VHS or DVD or whatever, it wasn't Stairway to Heaven anymore.
Yeah.
It was Stairway to Didgeridoo.
They didn't have the rights. Yeah.
It was licensing, and they couldn't actually play a portion of Stairway to Heaven for the bit. Yeah.
They've done that in a few movies. But Preston, on the notion of the music store. So I didn't play instruments, but I recorded it. I would use recording equipment and different software. So I'd go to Sam Ash all the time. Sam Ash was kind of, I think, maybe the first Sam Ash was right near me. But they were. It was always a cool vibe in those places.
There was a place, and it was my hangout in St. Louis. It was called the Drum Headquarters, and it was exclusively a percussion shop. I would just go there.
Yeah.
I didn't have any money.
Right.
I wasn't going to buy anything. I would just hang out. I just wanted to be around the equipment. I wanted to be around other drummers.
Yep.
And Rob, the owner, would almost be like, in the earlier days, would be like, do you want anything, kid? And eventually, I got to know them, and I was part of the fabric. But it's a communal place.
It's a cool.
The music store is a communal place.
Yeah, and the ones that are those. I don't know what's the big music store now. Is there
Guitar Center?
Well, Guitar Center has that vibe.
But I'll tell you what, there's a documentary on Netflix about it, about this guitar shop in the LA area. I think it's maybe Ray's antique guitar, whatever. It's this. I mean, this is where guitar players go, and then famous guitar players go there all the time. As a matter of fact, Joe Bonamassa does what you did at the Drum Headquarters. This is a nationally
one of the best.
And he just goes there and hangs out.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Regulars describe Cassell's, which was recognized twice as one of the top 100 music stores in the world by the National Association of Music Merchants, as more than a shop. It was a hangout where kids could jam for hours. One local said, if we ever did that in Guitar Center, we would be kicked out. But he said of his teen jam sessions there, he said, but Ed would pop his head in, listen, and get back to work, and he made everyone feel welcome and invited. As for Intagliata, after the store's last day on July 21st, he plans to travel with his sight set on Italy's Amalfi Coast, and the shop will be screening Wayne's World as a final goodbye on July 10th.
Oh, wow.
It's sad to hear that, yeah. All right, and that is the last bit in music news. We now give you Marissa Magnotta.
Preston, I just have to thank Neumann University for being here and putting us on YouTube because
Yes.
Go is now living forever on our Instagram page.
Good go.
So good.
I stuttered, and
So good.
it has
There's
now become lore.
There's actually a second stutter in there too, which I forgot about until I cut up the video.
What did I say?
You said you tried to say it rhymes with Rolo, and you're like, it times with Rolo.
Oh, my God.
Go times with Rolo.
Wonderful. All right, it is 10:20, so we're going to take a break. We'll come back in a second. When we return, we're going to button this whole thing up. We're going to finish it up. We'll get the letter of the day for the Word of the Week prize, and we'll say farewell to our friends here at Hershey Park, where we are Hershey Park happy, Hershey Park glad. We'll be right back in just a moment. Stay with us.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Thank you. Thank you. We're coming to the end of our live broadcast today at Hershey Park, which actually started last night as we came in. We stayed at the lodge, had lovely dinner and cocktails and hung out with the gang, and then got ready for today. And here we have been taking in the park. And thank you to Hershey Park for giving us 500 tickets to give away. Wow. Which we did, and we had a big ass crowd here earlier this morning, but obviously once all the rides opened up at 9 o'clock, everybody was gone.
If we weren't doing the show, I'd do the same thing.
Absolutely, without question. In fact, we had a chance to go and ride Candemonium earlier. Casey was asking me if I was going to ride the big swing, the new Twizzler gravity ride. I've got to pass. I think it's wild. My tolerance for the thrill rides is slipping a little bit. It wiped me out riding Candemonium.
You still got golf.
I still got golf, brother. Yeah.
Which is really it's a thrill-seeking thing.
Are you going to ride it, Case?
Yes. As soon as we get done here, Marissa and I are going to go run over.
Wait a minute. We have a young man who rode it. He was talking to us earlier and said he was looking forward to riding it. What was your name again, bud? I'm so sorry.
Zach.
All right, it was Zach. All right, Zach, how old are you?
6.
6 years old. He's now tall enough to go on some of the bigger rides. And you went over, you rode the Twizzler swing, and you rode it twice, right?
Yes.
All right, give us your review, your thoughts on that ride.
When you're going up, it feels like you're defying gravity.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
When you head back down and you're going backwards, it's like you're also feeling defying gravity. But when you go down face first, it feels like you're getting pulled down to the ground.
Like G-Force. Wow. He just gave a better interview than Jane Goodall.
Yeah, I agree. You have really thought about this. So are you going to go on it again, you think, before the day's up, or is 2 enough?
I think 2's enough.
A wise man knows his limit.
I love it. All right. Are you going to get on some roller coasters, though, Zachary?
Yeah.
All right, buddy. You have a great time at Hershey Park, all right?
All right.
Thanks for your review. Let's hear it. Zachary, ride aficionado here.
Defying gravity, he says.
Defying
it's
gravity.
amazing.
I love it, man. This has been so much fun today. And thank you to all our reps and park personnel that have been so gracious and kind to us and our guests today.
Yeah.
And showing us around and making sure that we access everything. And it's been so much fun. And that's the way they are here at Hershey Park. They're just very amenable. Is that a word?
Amenable. Yes, absolutely. I'll tell you this, Preston. If it is important to you, because we all feel the same way. If you go someplace, you want to know it means something to the people that are providing you the service or the experience. It does here. Everyone here cares about you having a good time, and that's not just hyperbole. It is the truth.
Yep. So I want to thank some people that made this broadcast possible. Thank you to our friends at Neumann University, Sean McDonald and his kids, Caden and Andrew.
Yes.
Of course, our incredible engineering group that got here last night to get everything set up. Rodney, Jen, Mark, Sarah, and Will. Thank you guys.
Amazing.
They not only got here last night, they beat us here this morning to make sure everything was up and running. They work incredibly hard. The MM Army members, Eric and Shane. Thank you guys. Yes. Our interns, Kalisa and Kevin, who are here. And back in the studio, obviously, Jason Fayon running the board, and Sam and Grace are running all the particulars of everything else. So it takes a big group of people to pull on something like this, and we had a lot of fun doing it today. I have no idea if Pierre Robert is there or not.
He's off today.
Oh, is he off today?
Yeah, he's taking a little vacay.
Is Ryan?
He's hunting.
No, Ryan is here, but you're stuck with me, Press. It's Coop.
Ray Coop!
Hello.
Hey, bud, how you doing?
I'm doing great. You guys made it sound like so much fun today with you guys being back at Hershey. I was listening all morning, and it was really great to hear what's been going on over there and all the things that have been happening. And it sounds like you are all having way too much fun. I'm just saying.
It's a blast. And Ray, just real quick about Pierre, I forgot to tell you guys, I got a message from a listener this morning who was on a flight at 7 a.m.
Yep.
That Pierre made
on
time and connecting to where he was going, heading out west. And this person that messaged me on Instagram, she was like, is that possible that Pierre's on a plane at 7 a.m.? But turns out it was.
It did turn out because what he had mentioned that he was having his vet knock him out and put him in a case.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
That's what needs to be done,
Gotta
most
do what you
definitely.
gotta do.
Wow. All right, well, before we find out what you got going on today, Coop, should we do the letter of the day?
Shall we?
Let us, Jason. Go ahead.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Now, the Daily Letter.
And the Preston and Steve Show, brought to you today by the letter
G, as in, gee, I wish I was there so I could bring home a big bag of chocolate nuggets.
By the way, tomorrow, the prize, we're going to give it away, an overnight stay and a $150 dining credit at Ocean Casino Resort. And a pair of tickets as MMR rocks Cage the Elephant Friday, October 24th, Ovation Hall in Ocean Casino Resort in Atlantic City. Tickets for Cage the Elephant go on sale tomorrow, 10 a.m. via theoceanac.com. What do you have planned for today, Ray?
Well, even though he's not here, there's a few things that only Pierre can do. But I've got the workforce blocks, a couple real timely ones today, and, of course, all the fun and games that is the Pierre Robert radio program.
Excellent. All right, Ray, we'll stick with you. And I want to thank our sponsors for today. The Preston and Steve Show has been brought to you by Acme. Acme markets fresh foods, local flavors. Also, Dunkin', and the Preston and Steve Show runs on Dunkin'. And finally, also brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors. Visit PellaPhilly.com to schedule an appointment today. Tomorrow on the program, it will officially be No Sad Bro Friday, so we'll celebrate that. We'll dive into the connoisseur segment, give some stuff away there, too. And in studio, we love having this guy by, Billy Gardell.
Billy Gardell.